ହଁ ସାର୍ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବେ, ମୁଁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ଦେଇଦେଲେଣି।
ହଁ ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି। କେହି ନଥିଲେ ବି ପଢ଼େଇବା ନା କ'ଣ ସାର୍?
ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ହଉଛି ତ? ହଁ ଚଳିବ।
କେହି ନଥିଲେ ବି ପଢ଼େଇବା ତ?
ହଁ ହଁ ହଁ
ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି। Okay, students, let us start MES-114, Management of Distance Education. In the paper MES-114, we have 5 blocks: block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5. And in block 1, we have 4 units: Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. In Unit 1, it is dealing with management functions and processes, an overview. Unit 2, management of educational systems. Unit 3, managing educational institutions. Unit 4, management processes in education. So all these comes under educational systems management. Now, let us start with educational systems management. What is management? Management is the art of getting things done through other people. So, in a school setting also, educational managers are required because education is a system in which people are there to manage the educational setting. Now come to the systems concept. Every organization has a system in it. In our educational system also, that is in the distance education, we have a system. In each system, we have an input, process, and output. Similarly, in distance education also, we have a system which proceeds in the same manner. There are some inputs, then process, then output. A system has following components. First, a number of parts or subsystems put together in a specific way. In each system, there are some subsystems, like number of different parts of a system which are coordinating or relating with each other to frame a system, big system. Then there are some boundaries within which each part exists. In each subsystem, there are some parts in it, and each system has a specific goal in it, because a system is prescribed to have a goal or objective. That is why in each and every system, there is a particular goal. Just like in our distance education, our goal is to pass out the students. Then close relationships and interdependence among the subsystems. Among the subsystems, there is a close interrelationship because the parts are linked together to comprise the whole system. That is why there is a close interrelationship as well as interdependence among the subsystems. For example, flow of information. If in the distance education system, the flow of information passes from the higher authority to the students, then only this system will exist, otherwise not. Again, the flow of information also upward, like from the student side to the higher authority, then only the system will persist. Then in each system, there are some structures. Okay, like say, for example, higher structure, then lower level structures. Each system also have certain procedures in it. In our distance education system also, there are some procedures through which a student will have to follow. Then there is also feedback, the students' feedback, which is necessary for moving the system ahead. If the students' feedback is good, then only the system will exist. Otherwise, the system may be re-verified or remodeled in accordance with the needs of the students. For example, in an university or organization, there are several subsystems. In an university or in an educational or say institution, there are some subsystems. For example, first, prescribing curricula, courses, syllabus according to the standards of the students. We should prescribe certain syllabus, certain curricula, certain for the courses, for the different courses. In our distance education system, we have prescribed different courses like UG courses, then PG courses, diploma courses, certificate courses, then PG diploma courses. Likewise, even short-term courses also we are prescribing. So, the first component which is there found in a subsystem is prescribing curricula, courses, syllabus according to the standards of the students. Then, admitting the students, collecting fees and maintaining records. Another say component is to admit the students, then collect the fees so that the system will run. Then maintaining records. Maintaining records about the admission of the students, then the amount of fees collected, then the study materials distributed. In this way, we are also maintaining the records. Then recruiting teachers, providing training to them. In each and every distance education system, there are some teachers who are taking classes for the students. There, in some universities, we have some personal contact programs. Like in our also, we have some personal contact programs. Then the teachers should be allotted. The teachers should be allotted to different subjects in accordance with their area of specialization. So we must recruit some teachers and provide training to them also. Each and every teacher should be trained enough so that he or she can able to teach well. And conducting examination to evaluate the standard of the students. Again, we should also conduct examinations to evaluate the standards of the students. Because without examination, how can we evaluate the standard of the students? And by conducting examination also, we are also helping the students to know about their performance in the examination. And construction and maintenance of buildings, classroom, laboratory, hostel, staff quarters, etc. This is also another, say, subsystem of an organization, that construction and maintenance of buildings. Without building, no institution can exist, no institution can run. So that is why we must focus on construction and maintenance of the buildings. And in each building, we should have classrooms, sufficient number of classrooms, laboratory, hostels, staff quarters, etc. Then purchasing equipments, furniture, stationery. And in the classroom, we should place the required amount of furnitures, equipments in the laboratory, in the library, and stationery items also needed to help the students. Then administration and finance. Above all, we should uh, do good administration, as well as we should also develop the level of finance so that our institution will run. So that is your administration and finance also comprise one subsystem. Then management functions, creativity. In each and every, say, organization, we should focus on the effective management of the institutional system. For effective management of the institutional system, we should introduce certain criteria like creativity. Creativity is the need of the hour. For example, in running an institution, we should create something new. We should adopt certain procedures which is totally unique to an organization, so that it will attract the students towards the course, a specific course, or a specific syllabus, or a specific, say, uh, study. So that is why creativity is necessary for the effective management of an organization. Then planning and controlling. As you know, planning and controlling are also necessary in before, say, uh, going to start an educational organization. We should plan properly, and our plan should be in accordance with the objectives stated earlier or the goals which had been fixed earlier. We should plan to realize or materialize the goal. We should plan in properly so that our goal can be achieved. Then control to support planning. We should also exercise control. That is, the human resources and the material resources involved, they should be they should function properly in accordance with the rules. Otherwise, the goal cannot be materialized or the goal cannot be realized. So that is why we should also exercise control. That is, the activities done during the planning should be controlled. And organizing to determine the specific activities and assigning different roles to the persons involved. Again, organization is also necessary. Planning, controlling, and organizing. Why organizing is necessary? Because we should assign the right job to the right persons so that he or she can contribute to the maximum in his or her field. So that is why to determine or to fix up the goal, we should also mention certain activities which will help to realize the goal. So that is why we should assign different roles to different persons in accordance with their ability or capacity, so that they will do the best, they will contribute to the best to the persons. Then structuring the organization and making a roadmap. Then we should also structure the organization. In each an organization, there are certain structures, and all those structures are linked together. But we have to maintain the structures. Otherwise, how can we say achieve our goal? So that is why we should make a roadmap of the structure of the organization. Then the principles in organizing. Yes, there are some certain principles in organizing the activities of an institution, like authority, power, responsibility, delegation, relationships. Authority is the right to do and the ability to do, isn't it? We should focus on authority, power, responsibility, delegation, relationships. While organizing the activities of an institution, authority is necessary because authority helps to move the activity of an organization ahead. Then power also, there are certain people who will also use the power, but in a democratic way. Then responsibility should be also taken by the people who are involved in organizing the different activities of an institution. And delegation of the authority and power and the different duties are also needed. Then relationships also necessary because relationship helps to uh, develop coordination as well as cooperation among the staff. Then leading and motivating. Peter Drucker said, management is doing things right, leadership is doing the right things. Peter Drucker said, management is doing things right and leadership is doing the right things. Management is doing things right. Wherever management is there, it strives to do the things in a right manner. Then leadership is doing the right things. So, in managing an organization, we should also need certain persons who will exercise leadership. And leadership is a management style. We should appoint certain persons who have some leadership ability, leadership quality, so that they can do the things, different things. Then management processes, policy formulation. Under management processes, we should also focus on policy formulation. What is policy formulation? It provides a method to materialize the goal of the organization. Policy may be long term, medium term, short term, but policy must be stated in broad terms, not in narrow terms. Why not in narrow terms? Because if the policy is focused on the principle of narrow, then it will cater to few people. So our policy should be stated in broad terms so that it will accommodate different persons of different backgrounds, different socio-economic background, different sex, uh, social status, then different communities, so that we can realize the goal of the distance education. Then decision making. As you know, decision making is necessary behind each and every activity. Decision making is a process in which one chooses a course which one thinks is the best. As you know, in distance education system, the students are the decision makers. If the students decide about a particular course, then automatically they will admit in that particular course. So decision making is vital while say managing an organization. So decision making is necessary, and if a person chooses a particular course as the best, then automatically he or she will be enrolled in that particular course. While decision making, certain points to be kept in mind, like it should be based on expert advice. Before taking a decision, one should take the advice of the experts. Then it should be participative. Uh, it should be participative. The decision making, it should be participative. That means while taking the expert advice, he will also participate in the decision making which is involved in some other people. It could have negative dimension also, but we should focus on the positive dimension. Then the aim of decision making is to solve the problems which a particular uh, course or syllabus is faced by the students. While making the decision, our aim is to solve the problem. Our aim is not to find out the problem, but to solve the problem in a proper way. Then every choice follows an assumption that it will work the best. Whatever the decision a particular person will take, it follows an assumption that it will work the best. So, every type of decision which is taken by the students, it follows an assumption that it will work the best. Carrying a decision through involves planning, delegating, communicating, and controlling. While taking a decision, one should focus on planning, delegating, communicating, and controlling also. Because while taking a decision, one should think about the particular concept beforehand so that he will think and finalize whether the person is interested in that particular course or not. So carrying a decision through involves planning, delegating, communicating, and controlling. Planning process where you want to reach. In planning process, we should focus on certain things. And in planning process, our focus is to materialize our goal. We should find out certain methods or the procedures. First, forecasting about the future. Just like you have seen that there are some weather forecasts or forecasting about the climates. Similarly, in planning the educational system or the distance education system also, we should forecast about the future so that we can able to take our steps in accordance with that. That means in future, for example, if a particular course is not demanded by the students, then that particular course may be replaced with another course. So forecasting helps to sustain a system or move a system ahead. Forecasting helps uh, to make the system alive also. Then strategic planning, formulation of strategies to realize the goal. We must also plan certain strategies so that our planning process will succeed. Strategies are nothing but there are certain procedures which helps to move ahead the process. Then operational planning. What is operational planning? It involves certain steps. Perception of opportunities through needs assessment. Perception of opportunities. Yes, perception of opportunities. While planning, we should perceive certain opportunities which are through needs assessment. In accordance with the need, we should also uh, provide the opportunity so that our planning will be successful. Then establishment of goals. Establishment of goals. We should also focus on forming certain goals of the organization so that we should proceed in accordance with that only. Because without goal, how can we say plan about an institution? So that is why we should frame certain goals, and goals uh, should be broad based rather than it should be it focus on narrower say point. Then appraisal of planning premises that influence performance. Appraisal of planning premises that influence performance. And whatever we are doing in the planning process, we should assess so that how far the activities are say influencing the performance of the students and the performance of the teachers, we can able to know. So appraisal of planning premises that influence performance, it also comprises a particular step under operational planning. Then determining action paths. So after say doing all those three steps, the last step is to determine the action path. What action should be needed to fulfill the goal of the organization? And how can we determine the action path? Only when we are setting the goal, we are uh, what, appointing the personnel into different activities, and we are assessing the performance level of the teachers as well as the students. Then only we can able to know their say mm, their activities properly, and whether the planning is succeeding or not, we can able to assess. If the planning is not succeeding due to certain drawbacks, then automatically we should determine our action plan in accordance with that, so that those drawbacks should be removed and our system will have again as a bright future, serving the bright peoples to the best possible way. Then creating the structure, recruitment and training to different people. Then creating the structure. Then in the management process, we should recruit and train to different people. Whoever may be involved in the say management process, we should recruit the number of people which are necessary for an organization. And we should also train them in accordance with their uh, work. In accordance with their field of work, we should provide training, because training um, defines the activity of an individual. Uh, for example, the teachers should be provided training, then like short-term courses, refresher courses, then orientation programs, so that they can able to teach well, they can able to update their knowledge and teach well to the students. And training also empowers the individuals, because without training, a person cannot able to teach effectively. And training helps a person to exercise his talent to the maximum extent possible. Even the non-teaching staffs also, they will be given training so that their performance will be high and they will do the best. Then performance appraisal of managers. Then in each and every, say, educational institution or the distance education system, certain managers are appointed. And those managers are given different type. types of tasks. And here the performance appraisal of the managers, the particular point tells us that how far the managers are doing their activities, we should appraise, we should assess whether they are doing their duties properly or not. Then only we can able to see whether they are functioning well or not. If there is say any type of negative things or the drawbacks found in a particular manager, then we should point out immediately and give him or her remedial steps to correct himself or herself. Delegation of authority and power to people. We should also delegate the authority and power to people rather than concentrating on few managers. We should delegate the power, the authority and power to different people who are involved in the management process. Thereby, what we will see that people, uh, those who are in the subordinate level, they can able to feel quite good, and nobody will exercise the authoritarian power in the process. As a result of which, each and every person will be satisfied in their work, and the power will be distributed among the different types of people who are working in different levels. Then decentralization. As we know, decentralization is necessary in an organization. If there is centralization of power and authority, then few people will only exercise their power. Other people, they will be not exercising their power, or they will be their um, under mm, the higher of say authority people. As a result of which, misunderstanding may take place. If there is decentralization, then each and every person will be happy in while working in an organization. Then controlling processes. According to Murphy's law, if anything can go wrong, it will. Murphy has said a particular law, if anything can go wrong, it will. In an organization, somehow wrong can be also seen. That means anything wrong can go wrong. Sometimes good activities can be seen, sometimes wrong or the bad activities may take place. But control helps us to prove Murphy wrong. If there is control, then automatically no wrong will take place. Here, in the controlling process, it tells us that if uh, if control is there, then nothing wrong can be seen. Then it helps to deal with the area of difference between good and bad performance. Control, the activity of control deals with the area of difference between good and bad performance. If control is there, then automatically good performance will be anticipated. Otherwise, just like Murphy has said, if anything can go wrong, it will. In our day-to-day life, we have seen that some bad things, some wrong things are happening. But in case of managing an institution, managing an organization, and there should be good things. No wrong things should be seen. If we are focusing on no wrong things, then automatically we should focus on the control element. If there is control, then no wrong things will happen. If there is no control, then wrong may happen. But if wrong is there, then automatically people will be away from the organization. So as we know, our distance as a educational system runs because uh, of the need of certain people, certain groups of people, certain strata of the people in a society. So that is why distance education runs to fulfill the goal of certain age groups, certain social strata. So if anything wrong will happen, naturally uh, it will move the mind of the uh, people away from the organization. So that is why if we exercise our control, then automatically no wrong can be anticipated. Then in the controlling process, there are some basics. There are some basics. Progress towards the goal, quality of output, activity coordination, quality of work, and optimum utilization of resources. Yes. In the controlling process, we should focus on the quality of output, progress towards the goal. We should move towards the goal. Without that, no goal, no student can able to fulfill the goal of joining in an institution or joining in a course. So the goal of the organization should be realized in accordance with the need of the students. So we should move. If there is no movement, then no people can realize the goal. So we should say focus on how to move towards the goal. Then the quality of output. As you know, the the distance education system also follows the procedure that input, process, and output. Input means the students who are coming or joining in the institution. Then in the process, after joining, they will have to attend the class. They will submit the assignments. They will uh, read the materials, issue the study materials. Then only in the finally, whenever they are facing the examination, uh, they will show their performance. They will show their quality. So the quality of output also we should focus. That is, in accordance with the input, we should anticipate about the quality of output. If we are, say, giving good inputs, and those inputs will be processed properly, that is, good procedure or proper procedure should be followed, then automatically the quality of output will be good. If there is anything wrong in the process or in the input, then automatically the output may get affected negatively. Then activity coordination. While in the process, in the system, in the distance education system, in the process, activities which are assigned to different persons should be coordinated properly. So with proper coordination only, we can able to uh, think about the quality of output. And quality of work. Each and every person who are involved in the distance education system they should ensure good quality in their work. They should be honest, sincere, so that they can contribute to the maximum extent possible. Otherwise, it will affect the management process. Then optimum utilization of resources. We should utilize the utilize the resources to the optimum extent. Whatever the local resources, whatever the human resources, whatever the material resources we are finding out, those resources should be utilized to the optimum extent possible. Otherwise, we cannot able to anticipate about uh, the good output. So that is why we should focus uh, on how to improve the quality so that uh, our product will be also improved and our product will have a good uh, future. And in the distance education system, students are admitting with a particular goal in their mind, and that particular goal should be materialized. And if that particular goal will not be materialized, then automatically the students will not be interested in doing that particular course. So, in the distance education system, those who are involved, the people, they are assigned different activities and they should do their activity to the maximum extent possible by focusing, uh, by giving their best to the system, so that their quality of work will improve as well as their contribution to the system is also reaching to the maximum extent possible. And we should focus on the utilization of the resources. We should focus on uh, the maximum utilization so that the students will get the benefit out of it. Unless and until we will utilize the resources, how can we ensure that our system will have a good future? Then there are certain instruments which are necessary in running the distance education system. Like in a uh, distance education system, we should require certain teachers, certain, say, other persons, non-teaching staffs, who are also helping in the running of an institution, running of different courses in an university or in an institution. So that is why we should recruit the persons in accordance with their ability, in accordance with their strength, in accordance with their specialization, so that they can contribute to the best. And all those people should be given uh, training also, training to different courses, different programs, which will enhance their skills, enhance their abilities, so that they can contribute to the best to the system. And those who are acquainted with the old methods, they should be given some refresher training programs in order to update their knowledge in accordance with the latest technologies. For example, ICT-based classroom is necessary to run an uh, educational institution right now, because ICT based classroom will benefit the students uh, of the present generation, because all the students right now, they are somehow computer savvy by nature, and um, the ICT based classroom will also help the learners to read, to learn a material easily, because they will look um, the particular material instead of, say, uh, reading in a passive state, they will actively participate in the learning system. So ICT based classroom is necessary. Each and every teacher should be computer savvy, should have idea regarding how to handle with the students of different backgrounds, and he or she should teach in accordance with the needs of the students. Then a teacher's performance will also enhance by dealing with the students of different types. Dealing with the students of different types, because say the students are coming from different backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds, different society, different status. So how can a teacher will deal with the people of different status? That uh, he should realize. Uh, Again, some language problem will also occur while dealing with the students of different social backgrounds. But language problem will be eradicated if the teacher is following a particular language which is understandable to all types of learners. So the quality of the teachers will be enhanced if the teacher will uh, use the language which is understandable by, which is comprehensible by all the students, so that he can able to reach to the level of the students. And the class, again, while teaching the students also, the teacher should ensure about the two-way teaching, that is interaction. This teacher should facilitate interaction, so that distance educational system will sustain, and the distance educational system will survive